Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Frigiphobia, the Neon Goblin playthrough of Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frost Maiden. I am Morgan, your game master for the evening, and I am joined by these incredibly handsome goblins this evening. We got the boys' crew in town tonight. We've got playing our Shatterkai Ranger Zadrin, none other than Prescott.
Hello.
Playing our human paladin Wilhelm is Alden.
Yeah.
Playing our changeling fighter Ryston is Kevin. Playing our fire genasi artificer Vulcan is Griffin.
Wah!
Playing Osborne, the goblin sorcerer bard, is James. No growl? Come on, we need a growl. Gotta keep it going.
That's how Ozzy growls.
All right.
He's
All
got
right.
a small face.
Okay.
He's got a very small face.
And last but certainly not least, rejoining us this week is our guest star, Devin, who is playing the human wizard, Velen Harpel. Welcome back, Devin.
Why, hello.
So nice to have you back. Gran is out this week due to the perils of real life jobs and whatnot, so I will be piloting Gran where necessary. Before we get into tonight's game, we of course have a couple of announcements to get through. First and foremost, we want to thank our returning sponsor, Roll20. If you are still unfamiliar with Roll20, they are the system agnostic virtual tabletop of choice for Neon Goblin. They are the one that you see on all of our streams. Every membership tier with Roll20 comes fully outfitted with tons of different features, tools, and resources that you need to make your virtual game just as engrossing and engaging as the ones you're used to having at home. Plus, if you subscribe at their pro membership level, you get a free asset package each month for your account. Those can be anything from maps to tokens and dynamic lighting packs, all sorts of exciting things that just put that final polish on your game. Plus, right now, as of today, you can go to the Roll20 Marketplace to check out the new supplement from D&D, which is Strixhaven. It is now live. You can purchase the entire source book on Roll20, which will come fully loaded with different visual aids, map packs, character tokens, and all sorts of things that make the game ready to launch from the time you download it. So head on over to roll20.net and check out all they have to offer. With that said, I am excited to get into this game. It should be an interesting one. So who wants to give us a recap of what happened last week, since Devin wasn't able to join us?
I got it.
Let's have it.
All right. So we, after many trials and tribulations and some travails, finally entered the Castle Grimskaya on the island of Solstice, lair of Auril the Frost Maiden, as she has made her home on the material plane and begun to, for some reason, really just fuck up Icewind Dale.
Yeah.
We sort of wandered into the fortress, found that all of the doors were frozen shut, and spent quite a while just like shoving and pushing those open slowly with great effort, because only one of us is strong, even a little bit at all. So we wandered around the castle for just a little bit, exploring trepidatiously, and found a very old, possibly blind and deaf frost giant guard, sort of wandering around or sitting around near the door. And we just sort of decided to keep going. Of time, and possibly have prevented her from continuing to bring endless winter upon Icewind Dale. There's still obviously a couple of questions about exactly how much of that we've prevented and whether it'll stick and how long it'll take to get fixed if we did fix it. But the answers to those questions surely lie deeper within the fortress, along Diamond, which we have been hired by Arveaturus,
On
the
threat of death.
white dragon of Icewind Dale, to retrieve on her behalf, lest she just kill and eat us. So we've got that to look for, and also the reason why we were able to come to Grimsky in the first place, Velen Harpel, who obviously has helped a lot during our travels and especially during the boss fight, still has a book that she wants to recover from this fortress called the Codicil of White. So we're looking for that. We're looking for a diamond, and we're looking to not die, especially not after we've already beaten the Frost Maiden.
In that order.
That would be really embarrassing.
Yep.
Things happen, you know. It's adventuring. It's Rex
Oh yeah.
that is hunkered in one corner of the room and kind of having to hunch to keep from grinding its head against the ceiling of this chamber.
Rawr, rawr.
So, as a strange silence settles over the chamber, what would you like to do?
Well, the stream seems to be having issues.
Is it?
I'll say. Yeah, it stopped like twice now. I'll try to restart.
Might have something to do with internet connection or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 30. Okay, well,
I gotta get you.
we'll just keep on going, I guess. Maybe it'll sort itself out.
Okay, we'll see. So, party, what would you like to do?
How's
Well,
everyone feeling?
And I am ready to go, my friend.
How are you?
Well, I just completed my God sent mission, so I'm pretty excited.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah, the whole reason why I was here was to take care of Auril.
Am I hurt
So,
at all? Did I take any damage?
like 4 or something.
Not
or she did an
unless it
area
was
effect.
when I messaged you. Yeah, it would have been negligible, I think.
Yeah.
you just used a lot of spell slots, I think, was the main thing.
Oh yeah, you
Well,
were
there's a lot of
rocking.
cantrips.
You were rock and roll.
Yeah, true. There wasn't a whole lot of spellcasting opportunities. It was mostly a scramble sort of a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was using that teleport.
She teleported around a lot and turned off all the lights.
I guess I would say, like, as the party is like regrouping, and I take a breather and look around, and I go, "All right, Oral's taken care of, but there's still a codicil to find, and I imagine what's this place called? Grimskaya?
Yeah.
Or what's the name of the, like? Is that the name of the keep itself?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Inside.
I imagine Grimskaya has treasures of its own we may want to explore a little bit further before going and finding Netheril.
Yes.
We have that diamond to find, too, lest we all be killed by a dragon as soon as we return.
Yes, that.
That too.
As you
Quick
all-
question, Velen, actually. How reliable exactly is that force field, that restful force field spell thing that you can cast?
More reliable here. It does not have a bottom, so in the snow it is tenuous at best. But on a stone floor, it's quite reliable.
Okay.
Assuming no one destroys the tower. It's been here for this long.
Well. All right. So, like, we would want to wander back to, like, the entrance somewhere with solid ground underneath us before we used that, because frankly, the idea of continuing to explore this fortress with so many of our resources and so much of our, well, blood expended is terrifying to me. So
Probably a good idea then.
Bad.
How high up in the tower are we?
Is
So you
Second floor.
are
Second floor?
you're at the palace level, which is up a couple of stories worth of winding stairs. And I will mention that Wilhelm, when you came and checked this additional staircase, looking for Auril after she had sort of vamped away, this staircase was circling up higher into the tower and went farther around than you could see just from your few steps up. It looks like this would likely be the access staircase to the roof of the tower. And you could indeed see that as the stonework went higher, there was more and more ice accumulated, and you would see the occasional snow flurries coming down from above.
I would inform you of as such.
And just because I think we just went straight into the battle last time and you didn't really get a chance to look around, this larger chamber to the north in its entirety contains different bits of wrecked furnishing that suggest it was once used as a frost giant's bedchamber. And there is just the occasional gust of bitter cold wind that does flow down these stairs, indicating that something above is exposed to the elements.
I'll check out this side room here in more details. Just see what's there.
Okay. You see some more smashed bits of furniture, especially what looks like it might have been some sort of storage trunk or chest of drawers that's just completely frozen over and resting in bits of shattered wood in one corner. There's the occasional mildewy bits of fabric that look like they are just what little remains of what once may have been garments. You can give me an investigation check to see if you can
Sure.
find anything else.
Nope, that's a 2 on the dice for 5, I think.
Okay.
No, 6.
Yeah. The walls here are the same as throughout, just the construction of these heavy ice bricks that have frozen together into the walls of the structure. But nothing else catches your attention.
All right.
Oh, Osborne.
Roar.
Yeah, hello. You don't need to continue to be a Tyrannosaurus, I don't think.
Roar?
Do you think he understands
turn-
you?
Goblin. Little Osborne. Want him back. Come on. We're
I
not.
guess he's not
are you
changing.
just okay? You,
You know,
keep going with that then.
When you polymorph, you assume the stats of the creature.
You
I
actually
mean,
don't understand language.
I have 4 intelligence, so
I mean, I guess you could make an animal handling check if you want to.
I
Oh, yeah.
think I do want to do that. I didn't trust Osborne when he was capable of speech and thought. So the idea of trusting him as a Tyrannosaurus Rex seems like a terrible idea to Ryston, I think. So animal handling. Yeah, I'm okay at that for some reason.
the dogs. That's why.
6.
6. Okay. You get
That's with a plus
T-Rex
4,
Osborne's
everyone. That's a
attention.
2.
Yeah.
you get his attention, and the massive tail starts to like sway back and forth a little bit.
Epiphany. That's like a big dog lizard. I start to pet it.
You change your mind?
I'm honestly, now I'm kind of on board.
You know, I was going to say, if you really want him back, and we can determine an easy way to do so, I could always just cantrip him until he's human.
Oh, I'm still big also. So this is like, he's like even dog, he's like a big dog sized to me.
You
This is
probably ride him.
perfect. This is beautiful. I prefer this.
Well, you
And
get it
he
for
might
about an
think you're
hour.
enemy. Yeah.
I was just
I
gonna
only get to
explore
be big for a minute.
while they're doing this. I'm gonna try while they're figuring out what they kind of want to do. Like if we want to go down and rest before we explore, I'll take a couple of like hesitant steps up the stairs to see if I can get far enough just to determine what's up there.
Okay. Are you trying to do so in a stealthy fashion?
I was about to say sneakily, if possible.
Give me a stealth check. And Gran will give you some guidance.
That would be great.
Old ladies got to stick together.
Do the voice.
Okay. Natural 20.
Oh!
So like 25 with, or wait, let me do the guidance. If it, I don't know if it matters or not, but
It does. It always does.
Never lowball a stealth roll.
come on, D4.
Nope.
There we go. So 22 in terms of actual score.
You never know who's gonna nat 20 their perception.
You feel super stealthy. You carefully watch where you're placing your feet to avoid what patches of fresh snow have accumulated. The ice doesn't give beneath your weight. You can't see very far because, again, there's no internal light source, and I don't believe you have dark vision.
No.
So just gonna creep forward without a light source? You can certainly do so. Just tell me how far up you're going.
Well, hold on. I think I have a cantrip that can fix this. I thought I did. I do not. Damn. Fancy ass wizard. I don't have shit for light. Yeah, I'll just hope that it. Do I remember if it was like daytime outside?
There was daylight outside.
Okay, I'm gonna hope that I can see light. If we get the sense that like it's exposed to air, I'm gonna hope there's enough light ahead.
If you continue to go up for what linear would be about 20 to 30 feet, but you're just going slowly up a winding staircase, you'll begin to see a faint glow coming from higher up. It's got the same pale bluish white cast as the dim light outside the fortress. What is your passive perception, Dylan?
I think it is stupid high. It is, yeah, it's 15.
15? I'll say as you get close enough to see that light, you also notice that there are the occasional bits of snow that look like they don't quite belong in the clusters that have accumulated on the stairs. And as you train a closer eye in this dim light, I'm going to need a perception check at disadvantage since you don't have a light source. But your passive is enough to notice something's off.
That is not as good. 12.
12. You can see in bits of fresh powder that have accumulated and sort of stuck in the corners of different stairs that there are the occasional little blips of movement, as if something has become lodged and is stirring every time a current of air moves down this passageway.
Now take note of, okay, there are bad guys this way, and then go back in. Actually,
and to be clear, it's tiny, what you're seeing.
I have a better idea, because Bellin is smart, even if Devin is tired. I'm going to stay, like, go back a couple steps. I have an owl with dark vision that I can possess their body and look around. I'm gonna do that shit.
Yeah, definitely. I think their passive perception is high enough with the consideration of it having dark vision. As it sort of flutters past, you watch a single small feather dislodge from its fey form and then eventually just sort of dematerialize in the air, as this is not an actual owl. But as it gets closer to these little blips of movement you've seen, there are bits of very real, oversized feather down that has drifted down these stairs and become lodged in these snow piles. How high up are you sending your owl?
Oh,
Okay, I have a bad feeling about that choice of words.
It's just a question.
The max is, while the familiar is within within 100 feet of you. Seemingly, there is no care for barriers or whatever. So I would take it like to that limit.
Okay. You wouldn't even need to go 100 feet. About 30 feet's worth of fly speed would get it to an opening, a hatch that is sort of iced open and exposed to the air above the tower. And I'll just go ahead and show you what your bird sees and you through its eyes. I choose the right tool for the job. And voila. As your bird emerges, it can see. Actually, let me read the block text. Block text is nice. The icy crown encircling the fortress doubles as a battlemented rooftop. Each prong of the crown extends 40 feet above the roof line, and the prongs have 10-foot wide gaps between them. Situated in the middle of the roof is a nest almost 30 feet in diameter, and you can see perched on the edge of it, currently preening at a large wing, is a massive white rock.
Okay. So Owl sees that. Owl freaks out. I freak out a little bit because that's really just a big ass owl. I mean, kind of.
The super owl.
I'm going to tell that. Am I even close to the 100 feet mark at all right
No,
here?
you're barely halfway.
Okay. I'm going to tell it, the owl, to as sneakily as it can, like, just look around to see if there's anything of note besides bird related things, like worth coming up here for. Like items, books maybe, diamonds, etc.
An owl can make a stealth check, so why don't we start with that, and then we'll get a perception check at advantage because it's an owl.
And I'm going to assume it's going to die. I'm just going to bank on that. Come on, load. There we go. Okay, stealth.
I feel like owls would be good at stealth.
I think they are.
Have to like hunt at nighttime.
They're pretty good. It's a dirty 20.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's have that perception check at advantage then, since it's gonna have time to take a look.
It would have perception anyway, because that's one of the traits of the owl. Thank God. Man, I'm on it. Perception would be 17.
17. Okay. As your owl stealthily just uses a single thrust of its wings to guide itself up and then quickly around one of these spires of the crown, it is able to latch on and pause for a moment, taking a keen look over the nest that this rock is perched on. Probably the first thing it would notice is that sort of shoved to a side in the nest, clearly not belonging to the rock, is a 5-foot tall, roughly 200-pound egg. But this egg is covered with gleaming silver scales. There is also a beautifully carved harp of exotic wood that has different gemstones inlaid in it. There's some sort of small glinting piece of jewelry that even with that roll, it's hard to make out any detail of, except that it's there. And then a wooden chest that is also situated in sort of a piled mound of dried bird droppings, but is still very large and very much sealed. And those are what your owl can spot.
So a wooden, what was it? Did you say heart?
A chest. There's a heart.
Heart.
Like a.
Okay. I was like, what the hell's a heart? Okay, so quite a bit of stuff. It's a big chest, though. Yeah, it's not like a little guy.
No, it's big. It's like a sea chest, like a steamer trunk almost.
What's the rock doing?
It's sort of printing at a wing. You're still looking through your owl at this point, right?
Yeah.
If you want to get a beat on its mood or sort of insight it or anything, give me an animal handling check. Because you're not intimately familiar with the behavior patterns of rocks.
Okay, I'm not. This one's not going to be nearly as good. 13.
13 is still enough. I mean, basic cues register pretty well. You can see that the feathers on this creature are ruffled, that its movements are sort of quick and jittery. It seems agitated and occasionally casts a beady glance down towards the open hatch. It seems like it's aware that something was happening down below, but its massive form won't allow it to pass through the opening. So it's just biding its time and waiting.
Okay.
I will also mention that you do notice the cloud cover above that has been persistently thick and oppressive and barely let any light through. As your owl sort of turns its gaze upwards, you notice a strong beam of light, unbroken sunlight that pierces through for a few moments.
Oh shit. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm gonna tell the bird to stay where it's at. I'm gonna sever my connection, but tell it to like hang out, be sneaky. If a rock would even care. It's not a real bird. I'm gonna try and like quietly but quickly go back to the party, tell them everything I found. Hey, there's a rock, chest, other shit. In terms of what we can do with this information, I understand we want to rest and whatnot. I do have invisibility, capable of casting that on myself for an hour. If we can convince or give the rock a reason to leave its nest for 5 minutes, I'm sure we can figure out if there's anything of value in that chest.
Point of order. Ryston is fully astride Osborne at this point and scratching him behind his big T-Rex ears and saying, "Who's a good bozzy? You're a good bozzy. I love you, bozzy. You're a good boy." But he's like, we've heard about this rock. This is not this is not news to us. Angajuk actually said that he would stick around the island but couldn't get too close to it on account of there was a rock that would try to kill him. So I think that we've got to take care of this thing one way or another in order to safely get off the island.
And there's a silver dragon, maybe, egg?
Also, yes.
Oh yeah, there was an egg.
That's like an infant. That's like an infant being that I don't want to leave on a horrible bird nest on an evil fortress.
You're right. You want to put a hole in it.
No, I want to like adopt it and be its friend and father for the rest of my life. That's my instinct when I hear that there's
for dragon egg to hatch, though.
I don't know. It's what did you say? It was 5 feet tall?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
How heavy could it be? Like 400 pounds? We can carry that. We need to carry. Look, this is super important. And if anyone goes anywhere in terms of baby yetiing this dragon egg, I will kill you. I will action surge you to death.
Morgan, I'm just gonna start walking.
This is not
as he's talking.
I'm like, it's. I think I'm getting a little bit of extra weight to my words, given that I'm astride a Tyrannosaurus.
He's walking in circles, and you have to like you're trying to make eye contact with me.
I have like a 20 dex plus 8 acrobatics, so I like just stand up and sort of walk in place in a circle on his head. I'm by the way, it's 1 minute of bigness, so I'm definitely not big.
Okay.
Once I got small again, that's when I climbed up on Osborne.
Here's a good question, Morgan. Can Ozzy as a T-Rex fit on the stairs?
It would take some checks.
What kind of checks?
It depends how you would want to navigate it. I would say either athletics if you want to brute force it and risk damage and no chance of stealth, or athletics if you want to try and just squeeze through and keep the stairs intact.
I will let the party decide that. Because I have a 4 intelligence.
I think that if we were to, and we will, engage the rock in combat, maybe rest first. Yes?
Yes, yes.
Make that like
so
step one
wounded.
of our tomorrow
Some of our party
fortress
is very wounded.
exploration.
I'm
Yeah.
so hurt.
Yeah, Vulcan is literally, he's been about to die for, I think, like a half hour at this point. And we're just sort of hanging around.
Mm-hmm.
I
Osborne,
can't
you
see
don't
colors.
understand
So many
language.
shades of red.
You don't understand language at this point, Osborne, so whatever you would be doing, feel free to do.
No, but, I mean, Ryson did an animal handling check, right? So.
He got a
Got a
6
4.
on
Got
it.
a 6.
I got a
Oh,
six.
you
I
only
guess
got a
you
6.
wouldn't even.
Okay, well,
You
I
wouldn't
will.
even understand that.
Okay, well,
I
as
saw a
a,
bird up there.
as a Tyrannosaurus Rex, I would have a look at the stairs. I'd be looking at them
Mm-hmm.
to see if I can.
You didn't hear any of this, I
See
should
if I can
clarify.
jam
'cause
my
you
big
didn't-
ass in
you
there.
Don't speak.
No, but you know,
languages.
Give me a perception check, Osborne,
Oh boy.
using T-Rex stats.
Mm.
And I'm going to say at advantage because I'm basing this off of smell.
Ooh. Okay.
I've like got one of his spikes and I'm like trying to, nope, come on, turn, left. I'm like pushing on it. It's not doing anything.
Yeah. no.
Okay. I don't think that's good. Let me look at the T-Rex stats in 5e.
T-Rexes don't have spikes. Never mind.
You could do his feathers. That
They're
they
smooth.
definitely have.
Yeah, I'm grabbing feathers.
Perception is wisdom, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, that's an 8.
An 8. You get a wisp of something animal, but nothing like fresh meat, nothing that would instinctively drive you to make immediate action in that direction.
Okay.
Mostly bird shit.
Yeah.
I
Gran is
could-
happy to heal anyone up if
Yeah.
y'all want to take immediate action.
Yeah.
You've been real stingy with them spell slots.
I think Vulcan might want a little bit of healing.
I can't breathe.
All right. Vulcan, you can have...
I can see the light.
All I
Well,
see
it
is
depends. Are
red.
y'all going to rest or not?
We probably should rest and then go.
Rest, absolutely rest.
Yeah.
If we rest, we can take on the whole fortress tomorrow.
Let's see. Hold on, I made a note of this.
Also, this, like, if Aurel's just gonna, like, come back at midnight, this is how we find that out.
Mm-hmm.
1d6. Vulcan, you can add 3d6 hit points because the healing spirit that Gran had summoned would have remained beyond the end of the battle and been able to do that much more healing.
3d6.
Ooh. Would everyone be able to take advantage of that, or was that just those taking a short rest?
It's just to one creature, so it's
Okay,
either
yeah.
3d6 to one person or y'all share that 3d6.
No,
off.
do it, Vulcan. Get it.
I'm still in a lot of pain.
Gran will heal you if you're going to push on without a rest, but she's going to save her spell slots otherwise.
Which,
I'd say
again, I voiced
rest.
my strong opposition to doing.
We take a short rest.
You can only
can
add
rest.
your con modifier, right? Still, or is that changed?
Yeah, we can't regain a lot of hit points on a short rest on Solstice. That's a thing about
You don't
Solstice.
know. She's shrugging her shoulders. So killing
Actually,
Aurel might
yeah,
change
Aurel-
that.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah.
I need it. I have to have it.
Then take it.
I'm gonna take it, but I can't take it alone.
Yeah, you can.
Sure. So short resting?
Leave me here by myself?
No, we're not gonna leave you by yourself.
Cold-blooded.
Nobody said that. What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
I think
take it
that-
alone.
No, alone. We're
The-
still here.
The
We're
blood
just,
loss is
yeah.
affecting his
Yeah.
thinking.
I have no
Yeah.
benefit to a short rest, so I won't be taking it
Whatever.
specifically.
Look, if I
Well,
understand
hell,
the
I don't care
tiny
what you
dome right,
say.
the tiny dome is
You
like
get so tall and
impenetrable.
gray.
Practically, we used it effectively as cover against Auril herself. Like, what, 72 hours ago? We can go like
If
back
that.
to the entrance of the
Yeah.
fortress, get into that little gatehouse area, and hunker down for like a good 8 hours.
Oh, we could do it here. to be
Gran is
honest.
making a lot of sense. I say
We know
go
what's
with
up.
Gran's
Uh,
saying.
That's not Gran. That's Ryston. This one's Ryston. This boy.
Ryston is saying that, yeah.
What'd you say, Osborne?
Never mind.
Yes, we must rest. Vulcan is obviously completely useless
Delirious.
right
This
now.
could be a good opportunity to rid ourselves of that exhaustion that a couple of you guys are feeling right now. too.
Also, our goblin is a huge dinosaur, right?
Also, I don't want to go anywhere with our goblin being a dinosaur. That
Look
seems
at
like
it.
a terrible choice.
You're a big old
Just
dinosaur.
tactically speaking.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, yeah. Wiggle those little arms.
He's a
T-Rex
good
arms.
bozzy. He's a big,
Yes, he
strong
is.
bozzy, isn't he?
Let's go take a nap.
Zadrin
Yes.
and Gran hear a not terribly distant, but still definitely outside the keep by a ways, echoing roar roll across the island. It sounds very familiar to the one you've heard in previous
Oof.
days.
Oof.
It seems this was likely not Auril herself.
Okay, there's another roar that we heard when we were at the Ghost. So be prepared. Maybe just a short rest for now. See how it goes, and be prepared. Stay vigilant.
No, in my mind, this is an argument for the dome and the long rest.
Yeah.
Remember Auril. Remember what happened. We had a nigh impenetrable fortress from which to do battle.
Mm-hmm.
If we've
Yeah.
got a solid stone floor beneath us, I feel so much safer and more confident under a dome of Velen magic than I do trying to get through anything quickly.
All right.
How,
It does
how
seem
big?
impenetrable dome.
Sorry, how big was the staircase? Like, how wide is it? Specifically, the entrance to the or the hatch, the open hatch.
It's about 10 foot by 10 foot because, again, this is a giant's keep. Oh, and important to mention, since you were here last week, these are 10-foot squares on the map.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
So it's a big hatch, just a bigger
Mhm.
bird.
So we don't have to do this right now. I'm assuming the bird is a problem, one way or the other. I have a couple of ideas. We could use Leoma's tiny hut for more than just rest. I could cast it at the entrance, and we just have a safe haven, and dash and grab, attack as necessary. I stay there, and but you guys have protection immediately. And I highly doubt that big bird can go down the stairs. It's a really big bird. I mean, ooh. Just a thought. I can cast Leoma's tiny hut more than once. It takes a minute to cast, so I can't do it with any level of speed. But
Then I really let's just I don't want to spend the rest of our lives debating on how to get a nap in an evil fortress, but I think if you do that now and we just all get the thing, then we can take another look at this after we've gotten some rest, right? The entire problem bottom to top.
Yeah.
I like what this guy's saying.
Let's get some solid stone underneath us, not like the second floor of the keep.
I think this would be fine.
Yeah.
We know what's
I think
above
this
us.
will
All right,
be fine, yeah.
I'll trust that judgment. I'm just paranoid now because you said there was no bottom to the dome.
Mhm.
But
Well, there was no bottom when we were in the snow. That's a lot more dangerous. This
Okay.
is stone. Who,
Yeah.
who knows how thick the floors are?
I'm just having a lot of memories of something emerging from snow beneath me, grabbing my ankles and dragging me to what felt like at the time hell. So
I
Oh,
remember
yeah.
that. That was very scary.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah, I'm a little bit. I have a thing now. I think about gravity.
Hmm.
I feel very
Well-
good right now because there's a T-Rex underneath me, and he's a good bozzy.
Who
Speaking of the
definitely
T-Rex,
doesn't care about
I
whether
will
we rest him.
mention, Velen, you know you're familiar with the polymorph spell. You would have also seen that Osborne was still pretty hurt when he polymorphed. If he remains in that form and y'all were to take like a short rest, he wouldn't regain any hit points. He would revert to what he was at before the polymorph. So you would be aware of that.
Roar.
Just throwing it out there.
How do I
He
know
at this
how
point
long
is
it's been?
not-
Like how long he has been a dinosaur?
Oh, it was like the last round of combat. So by this point, maybe 10 minutes.
Damn it. Okay, well if I'm gonna cast Leoman's Tiny Hat and we're gonna do a long rest, he needs to not be a dinosaur. So start
Yeah.
whacking. Hit him until he's human.
Well, do you maybe have a dispel magic before
Well,
we
you know, I would have that, but
dip into starting a combat with my
yeah,
friend
with the
Osborne?
T-Rex, yeah.
I'm here for that. Let's do that.
Oh,
I don't have that. I'm not that kind of wizard.
Oh
Um,
shit!
oh, I want a small Aussie. Little Aussie. Huh?
uh,
Make
whoa,
me-
whoa! I turn into normal-sized Osborne and get up in front of him and pantomime along with Wilhelm, like
Yeah, I kind of want to see
Yes.
Wilhelm's
turning
interpretive
into
dance.
small Osborne.
This. I want one of these.
Oh, it is me. I am Osborne. I hate
Oh,
being scared, and I shoot fire out of my hand.
this is so. This is so much more cuddly than what you are right now.
Oh, we're
I'll
hugging.
tell you
We're
what.
hugging. Remember hugs? We love hugs.
Either Ryston make an animal handling check at advantage, or Wilhelm make a persuasion check at advantage.
Definitely that one.
if this
Which one?
doesn't work,
Me?
I'm going
Want
to
me?
just start hitting.
Yeah,
him.
Wilhelm persuasion.
Why
Okay.
not just
I'm
drop
gonna do that.
concentration?
Yeah, he
Because he
doesn't know
doesn't
what he's
know
doing.
He doesn't know to do that.
Sorry.
He's too stupid.
Intelligence is like 2, I think.
4.
4.
Oh, he. Okay.
That's what we're trying to get him to do via pantomime right now.
Yeah, I don't want to fight my
Persuasion
buddy.
check.
It'll be
You
over
really
there.
don't.
ally.
I mean,
All right, here I
Unless he
come.
has his foes and start attacking us.
So I'm exhausted, so this is just a straight roll persuasion. 11.
I'll leave it up to you, James. In your T-Rex form, Osborne still has memories. You remember being this tiny little green creature that you now see dancing around in front of you. You see your paladin party member gesturing encouragingly towards this old form. I'm going to leave it entirely up to you whether it works or not.
I mean, I would say it would, but what's the opposite to persuasion? What do you have somebody roll against that?
Insight.
Is that's intelligence, right?
Yep.
Okay. Well,
It's
Wisdom.
wisdom.
Oh, no,
I
that's-
think
Is that
insight's
wisdom? Okay. Well, let me roll.
Insight's
that and see
wisdom,
what I
yes.
get. I'm gonna roll it. We're playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Roll it.
Grant knows
That's
this
right.
effort is going on and can see you start to think. She'll give you guidance. Osborne.
Oh, okay.
I might have rune magic that can help even. I don't.
Okay, that's good. I rolled a 4, which means it's a 5 to wisdom, which would mean your persuasion worked, right?
If you roll it that
Persuasion
way.
beat my
Sure.
wisdom.
I guess.
Right?
It's up to you, dude. It's
Yeah.
That's how I was looking at it. Like, the lower the roll, the better, because you're
Then,
trying
yeah,
to persuade me.
that's
of
how we'll
something.
do
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, he doesn't want to not be a Tyrannosaurus, because a Tyrannosaurus Rex is 136 hit points, which he will complain about as he shrinks down to goblin size.
I was about to cast Blight on you.
Oh wow!
What-
Wow!
Ooh.
He goes back to normal. We make this. It's going to be over very quickly. We'll be back to human. Hey, Velen's efficient. That's
You
what I'm saying.
know, I could hear your conversation, and I had 130. Well, I had a lot of hit points. All right, we could have gone and taken care of that.
Mm-hmm.
And he just picks up Ozzy and he's like starts rocking him. He's like, "Let's go nighty night, little buddy. You can turn into a dinosaur tomorrow."
Osborne,
All
just for
right.
the record, I consider you one of my favorite forms.
Thank you.
It's true.
It's great.
Even though that dinosaur was cool, can it cast 2 fireballs at a turn? No, it cannot.
No, and only rules is written, by the way. Not if you look at certain. Anyway.
So I'm gonna cast, now that everyone's human, I'm gonna cast Leoma's tiny hut like in that crook of the staircase.
Ooh.
Okay.
As we're like crowding into that, I give Osborne a little bit of a behind the ear scritch. Just sort of not even thinking about it.
Okay, by the way, I was pulling it up because I bookmarked it. So Jeremy Crawford,
Yeah, I
writer
know.
for
I know
Wizards
what
of the
Jeremy
Coast.
Crawford said.
Oh, you
I know what
what
Jeremy Crawford
is.
said.
I've been held to the rules before. So I'll make you a deal, James Baxter. If I play a sorcerer in one of your future games and used Quicken Spell, will I be able to get away with it too?
See, you're only saying that because you're about to play a sorcerer in our next game.
No, I'm playing a Cha-based cleric.
Oh, okay. So you decided on the cleric?
Yeah.
Well, okay, then.
Okay. Then we'll keep doing it as we've been doing it.
And
Velen spends a minute as you all stand around shivering and taking in your surroundings, casting Liamon's tiny hut. There are still the bits of broken furniture lying around. There is the remnants of an old throne carved from stone and ice that's to the south of the chamber. There's the heavily rhymed over eye sockets, essentially, of the skull keep that are too thickly frozen over to really see through. But I will say, as you stand about waiting for Velen to cast this spell, a couple of you do notice that the light that has just been a very faint, not even enough to illuminate the chamber from outside of those windows, is beginning to very slowly brighten and swell.
Winston is thrilled.
Yes. While Velen is casting that, I'll pull Gran aside, not like a far off to a private conversation, just like have a conversation with her. It's like, you know, there's that silver dragon scaled egg. Do you think that roar might be its mom? Like a bigger dragon? Does this sound
Thinking about
familiar to you?
that roar and comparing it with the roar we heard from our tourists, they sound pretty different. And I feel like if it was a dragon, it wouldn't be so slow to catch up with us.
Oh, yeah.
Can I weigh in real quick with just a little piece of information,
Yeah.
lore-wise? The first time you guys heard that roar, I thought was right after the thing where Auril showed up and pointed a finger at you and called you a defiler.
Yeah.
I think that kind of, I don't know, the implication to me felt like it was one of her creatures.
Probably.
Maybe she sicked something on us.
That was kind of my assumption at the time.
Well, it sounds like we'll find out eventually. If
Yeah.
we dally too long.
Find out and kill it. It's a minion, right? We killed the boss.
Probably.
It's a minion. We can probably do it.
Yeah.
There's no way that the dice would suddenly turn on us after helping us so
Don't you dare say that.
wonderfully and often.
Be all right.
It's okay. I have a lot of control over the dice mid-combat.
Right. I
Oh.
don't.
Yeah, but that's why you've got me.
All right.
So the dome is cast. Are we long resting or short resting?
Long. If
I
we've got the
already,
dome, long.
I already clicked the long rest button on D&D Beyond. Not a
Yeah.
sponsor
Sounds like a long rest is had.
Yes.
yet.
Well, let's do this as you all mark your long rest. Why don't you also level up and you can take care of doing the hospital. while we take a quick break. So chat, hang out with us for just a few minutes while our characters improve themselves over the course of this long rest, and we will be back in just a few minutes. Hang tight.
And we're live.
Welcome back, everyone.
Hello.
The party has just leveled up after formerly defeating Ariel the Frost Maiden. They're now seeking refuge in Lehman's tiny hut, conjured by Velen as a source of respite as they lick their wounds, as it were. Gran is feeling okay. She is more than happy to take 4 hours of watch and then just short rest. Zadrin, if you can take up the second watch.
I can.
Go ahead and get perception. Really good at perception, so that is 14. So at shift change, Zadrin, Gran will just mention that she has noticed the light that had swelled for a little while after your fight has now begun to dim once more outside the windows that you can't really see through. But that tracks because you are, of course, generally aware that you are beginning to near nightfall. Night will likely fall during your portion of the watch.
Alright.
Go ahead and give me a perception check, if you would, please.
And not at disadvantage because I'm not exhausted. Whew.
Hooray!
Oh, but still doesn't help us 7 on the die, so
So
That
only
would
like a
be-
25?
no, that'd be a 12, unless it's because I'm not in favorite terrain since I'm inside, I would imagine. Yeah.
12? Okay.
Oh wait,
Nothing.
proficiency bonus went up, so yeah, that would be 13. Sorry.
13, you don't really notice anything of major impact other than the occasional distant roar that comes from still a comfortable enough distance that you don't feel like it's an immediate threat. I will mention you do see nightfall beyond these heavy frozen over windows during your watch, and after about an hour or so of darkness you begin to occasionally hear a sort of disgruntled avian noise echo down the stairs. You're only hearing the ones that you can tell would be loudest, but it sounds like the rock or maybe the owl up there is
Oh, yeah, the
not
owl's still there.
exactly pleased.
Hashtag disgruntled avian noise.
Yeah.
Evan, if you want to give me a perception check for your owl as well, you can feel free since you left it up there. You're muted, darling.
Yep.
Sorry. That is a 7.
7? Okay. I'll relay anything relevant when you reach back out with your telepathic bond. You all finish your long rest. You can say goodbye to your levels of exhaustion if you had them. You don't have to make a con save because you rested in the comfort of Lehman's tiny hut. And as you all wake and the spell eventually fades, you also all begin to pick up on the sounds of this disgruntled large bird above. You can occasionally hear the grating of talons across stone and ice at a distant height. It's definitely bothered, but has no way in.
Shall we take care of the bird? Or go downstairs first?
That roar, the fact that it didn't come
Yeah.
upon us during the during
It
the
got a
rest,
little closer, but still
I feel a
comfortable
little
distance,
paranoid
yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and take over the bird's senses, the owl.
Okay.
I don't think I could have done so while in the hut.
Gotcha.
No spells
Yeah,
can pass
magical
through it.
effects. Doing so, the just very brief catch up that it gives you is that the rock has grown exceptionally more restless since night has fallen. And occasionally it's essentially alternating between worried glances skyward and towards the hatch. If you want to do another perception check now that you've taken over its vision, you can certainly do so.
Yeah, I'll do that. Forgot I had advantage.
Changes the circumstances enough to merit a new roll.
That is a 18.
18. It's now dark, so the vision it has doesn't go quite as far. You don't notice anything out beyond the keep except that the snowfall has grown a little less imperious here. The razor snow is long gone. The nest is otherwise unchanged. And the rock is just hopping around irritably like it's waiting for something or something else is bothering it.
I have a rock plan based on this
Cool.
information. Specifically, the worried glances at the hatch. I turn into Owl.
Well,
Her
you don't
first
know any of
form?
this.
Oh, but
I'll relay it.
okay. In that case, I turn into Owl. And I'm like, if I come out of that hatch and the rock is like relieved and there's a moment of like, phew, relaxation, Owl's here to do whatever it is I'm clearly waiting for her to do. I don't know, feed it? Then we can take like a surprise attack approach to this. And start
can
out the
certainly
combat
try.
on an advantageous foot.
Yeah.
We can certainly try.
What if you show up as Oriel and it bites your head off?
Oh, well, it can't.
Can't it?
No.
Are you
I'll
sure?
Stop it. I just took a long rest.
Dunno.
I am bursting with rune magic.
Seems sketchy.
Don't worry about it. I'm the perfect person to put in harm's way this way. Trust me.
All right.
If it worked once, it'll definitely work again.
So if you guys just like sort of pile up and get ready to like burst out onto the roof and attack, then
Better you than
I
me.
can surprise the hell out of it.
All right, let's do this.
All right.
Okay. I want to resummon my Eldritch Cannon in preparation.
I think you still have a token on